Look what I've got. I've got a new shoulder pet. Check out this guy. I've got myself a jerboa. So you guys know in the last episode, I had a pego that died. That was my previous shoulder pet, and the raptors ate him. Well, I went back to those islands, and I found this cute guy. He was just a little baby. I guess the raptors ate his parents. So I picked up the baby, brought him home, raised it, and so this is my new shoulder pet, and I love him. It's a jerboa, so I can throw him off my shoulder. Look at how awesome he is. He's so cool. And like I've said before, shoulder pets are super important because you could use them as backpacks, and it makes everything you put in their inventory weigh like half, or it's a weight reduction. So yeah, very important to have. Of course, shoulder pets die all the time, so you shouldn't get too attached to them. But this is my new one. It's a pretty high level, and it's pretty awesome. I like him a lot. So we're going to grab him and take him on our adventures today. I was thinking of going and doing a little bit of exploring. So we have this island over here. It looks so cool. I've never actually been over there. So let's hop on my raft and go take a look. I actually don't know what's over there, so this will be interesting. Let's do a little bit of exploring. I'm going to grab one of my raptors. So I hope there's not any like T-Rexes or anything over there. But yeah, let's go take a look. It could be cool. One of the things that's really cool about this game is exploring a map for the first time. And since this is my first time on Ragnarok, it's just so much fun to explore all these places I've never been before. And, you know, especially since Ragnarok is such a beautiful map. I mean, this map is like a piece of art. It's so amazing. So yeah, it's really fun to go around and explore all these places for the first time. I mean, you never get to explore a map. You only get to explore a map for the first time once. So I'm really just soaking in all these experiences. It's been an absolute blast. So, wow, let's go see what is on this island. I'm gonna go check out that tower up there. Okay, we got a parasaur. This is really cool over here. Great view. You can see a whole bunch of sharks down there. I love these old walls up here. Got a stego. Okay, so far this looks like an herbivore type island, just like my island, which is really nice. What is there fire in here? There's actual torches lighting this up. That is so cool. This will always be lit up. No way. That is awesome. What a great place to have a little base set up. Yeah, I like this little tiered area up here. It's like an old-fashioned tiered garden area. We could definitely do some stuff with this. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything dangerous or deadly around here. Let's go up to the tower. Okay, another place. So we got lighting in these little buildings here too. Nice. Can I break these crates? I can. There's stuff here. I got some flint. But that didn't have anything. Wait, am I getting anything from that? I don't think I got anything from those, other than some flint. I got robbed. Okay, we got a cool tower up here. I think this is just like the towers that are in the Highlands. Great views from the top here. All right, so this is my island out in the distance there. Cool looking island. There's the swamp island, the new swamp island out there. There's the swampy area out in the distance there. You can just see the little castle that's near the obelisk over there. And these are the beaches that we've been going on. And you can even see the Raptor Islands way out in the distance there. Those are the Raptor Islands. Yeah, I went back when I went and got the guy on my shoulder, I went back to those islands just to look around a little bit more. And they are full of raptors. If you want raptors, go to those islands. Because they're like the whole thing is just raptors. They're like Raptor Islands. It's so crazy. I'm going to go back and get a whole bunch more raptors. Because that was a lot of fun. So that shocked me. Those are like Raptor Islands over there. There's so many raptors. Let's see what's in this box here. I got spears. I thought those boxes were supposed to have good stuff in them. I got wooden spears. Lame. What's this? More torches down here. I love that. That is so cool that they have just automatic torches in here where you don't have to put them in or keep them fueled or anything. Oh, this is cool. That's so cool looking. What do you guys think? Should I build a base in here? I don't think I would build a base in here just because I don't think I'd like to run up and down these stairs all the time. I think that would get annoying really fast, but this is very, very cool. Just look at that. Oh, and look at this. Cool, beautiful water area. Are there sharks in here? I'm kind of scared that there's sharks or something bad in here. But it looks like it's open to the outside. You can just go right out there. So, yeah, this would be a cool place to put water tanks and stuff. So I'm really loving this island, and I think we're going to build something here today. Something I wanted to start working on was to make a kibble farm. So I think we're going to do that today, and this is a great place to do it. It looks like an herbivore island, and I love building on herbivore islands just because you don't have to worry about anything coming and attacking your base. And especially for things like kibble farms, where if a raptor, an enemy dinosaur or anything gets in there, it's going to eat all of your animals, and you won't have any kibble anymore. So someplace like this that's just super safe is great for that, because you don't have to worry about anything like that. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful island. And it's really close to where I'm living, which is over there. So yeah, let's build something here today. Now I will say I have changed some of my rates on here. So one of my main things for this playthrough is I wanted this to be based on official rates, as if I was playing on an official server. But something I mentioned in one of my previous episodes is the problem with playing on single player is that unlike a server that's running 24/7, a single player, once you turn it off, the game isn't running anymore. The simulation's not running. So normal things like breeding that normally runs overnight isn't running at all. So there's certain things that you'd never be able to do, like breeding and stuff, unless you change those rates. So I am going to actually change some of those rates. I have changed them already. Where's my raptor? Oh yeah, he's just on the rock there. Yeah, you've got to be careful with these rafts sometimes, because sometimes things will just get pushed off of them. Anyway, what I was saying earlier was my goal is to simulate the rates on an official server, even though sometimes you can't do that on single player. But the way the rates are set up on an official server is things like breeding. Breeding is supposed to take like a weekend. It's supposed to take like a weekend to raise a baby. So, you know, when you add in breeding and mating and all that stuff, essentially you're supposed to get one dino a week. If you do breeding, you're supposed to breed a new dino every week. That's kind of the rates, how rates are set up. So I wanted to simulate that on single player. And my thought is that if it takes 24 hours to raise a baby, if you just 10 times the rate, then that baby is going to raise in 2.5 hours. And so for me, that's going to kind of simulate that I can raise a baby a weekend. So that's what I'm going to do. Like essentially breeding rates, I've increased like 10 times. So, but my whole goal is to simulate what official rates are going to be, which is essentially you breed up a new dino every weekend. I know most YouTubers, they have their rates set at like 100 times rates, because what most people do is they want to get into mutations and all kinds of stuff, and so they'll breed up 100 dinosaurs in an hour and then breed them all together and get the ultimate rates. But I don't think the game is set up where you're not supposed to be able to do that. It's supposed to be really hard to breed. You're not supposed to be able to get the ultimate dinosaur in a couple of hours, you know? So I'm trying to go with the philosophy of official rates, where it's supposed to be really impossible to get a dinosaur with all the ultimate stats. You know, you're never supposed to get there. You're supposed to have incremental steps over long periods of time, and that's how I want to play and kind of experience it. You know, Ark is fun where you get to play how you want to play. And I've really been loving playing on like these official rates. I mean, it's made me slow everything down. It makes everything really hard. And like I said, you're never going to get those perfect stats like everybody else gets, but it makes it a struggle. You're struggling against the simulation, and I love that. So we're going to keep up with that philosophy, and I will start breeding. And like I said, we're going to do this kibble farm, and everything has been reset to about, for breeding type stuff, it's been set to like 10 times rates. I think the next thing I want to do is get an Anki, which is one of these guys that we're looking at. Now, this is a really low level, level 20. I think we can do better than this, although this is a really cool looking one. Like I said, we got metal all over this island, and I'd like to get an Anki to help us mine that metal. And even the lower level ones would be better than doing it by hand, but I think we can find a higher level one than this. So let's go take a look and see if we can find ourselves an Anki. I'm gonna jump on Gandalf here. Where's Gandalf? Oh no, Scout has the saddle. Let me pick the saddle off of Scout. We'll put it on Gandalf. We'll take a look. I want to see if we can find ourselves a cool Anki. I think we found one. I think I'm going to go for this one right here. It's a level 40, which is a pretty low level, but I don't really see any high levels. I mean, I've walked around my islands, and I really haven't seen anything. So we can go for this one, and Ankis are one of those things, I mean, we'll see them all over the map, so I'm sure at some point I'm going to run into a higher level one we can always tame. But just to start with, let's just go for this one. This will be my starting Anki. So I'm going to put my guy on passive, make sure he doesn't attack. Let's jump off of this guy, and let's go ahead and bola this guy and start tranking him out. Although, I don't know if we can bola Ankis. Can I bola you? No, you can't. All right, we're going to have to do this old-fashioned way. Just go start shooting at him. Let's switch to my trank arrows. Get out of my way, bird. Ankis are pretty slow, so I can hopefully just avoid his attacks. What armor am I wearing? Ooh, I'm wearing my desert cloth armor, which is the new armor I put on to keep myself a little bit cooler. I love this armor. I think it looks really awesome. So I'm in desert cloth. Let me see. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Since he's only level 40, it shouldn't take that much to knock him out. Yikes. Yikes. It's hard to see with all of this foliage. Yikes. Yeah, look at how much faster I am than him. Is he already running? He might already be running. Yikes! Nope, he's not running. Now he's running. Oh, I got him! Level 40, Anki. Now, even at a low level, on official rates, this is going to take quite some time for him to tame up. I'm just going to throw in a ton of Majo berries, and he's just going to be sitting there, taming up while we go do some other stuff. I just looked on Dodo Ducks, which is a great app you can put on your phone, which will tell you all the information about all the dinosaurs in this game. And it's telling me I need to put in 75 Mejo berries for a level 40 and 91 Narco berries, and it's going to take an hour and 7 minutes to tame up. An hour and 7 minutes. But the cool thing is, because this is a herbivore island, nothing is going to attack it. So, I just ate a narco berry. Shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me grab my berries off of this guy. I got a ton of berries, so we'll just do this. We'll do a little of this. Grab it. We'll put it in here. Okay, he's going to start taming up. His torpor's already started to drop. We'll throw in a bunch of narco berries. I'll come back later and put in some more narco berries. But I could just leave him. And because this is an herbivore island, no one is going to attack him. And I could just have him on my tracker and just watch him as we're going to do other stuff. The babies that I captured in the last episode... Oh, by the way, I know my starter base is really sad. This is a really sad-looking starter base. I typically don't build anything in Ark until I have more dinosaurs. I feel like it's more fun. I love building this game, but it's more fun when you can build with the dinosaurs because it just makes gathering resources easier. So I generally wait to build anything until I have a whole bunch of dinosaurs to help me build with. I just think it's more fun that way. And so more building is coming. But for right now, this is my really sad base, and I got like dinosaurs scattered everywhere. It looks a little bit of a mess. I did get these oviraptors, which are really cool. We can use them for our Kibble farm today, and I got these just as babies. I killed their parents, and I got their babies as they were running around, and so they've grown up. So now we have two oviraptors, which are boy and girl, which can breed more oviraptors if you want. And then we got two baby raptors, if you remember, and they have just grown up on their own. And look at this one. I love the little blue belly we got. So these are our most powerful raptors right now, is we have a 197 and then the two 140 babies that grew up. And they're really cool. So we're going to use these and get some hide so we can make our Anki saddle. Actually, what I want to do is I want to paint these saddles. Something I talked about earlier was I like to theme all of my maps a different color. And I usually color code my saddles just for fun. And so my color for this map is going to be red. And I think for Aberration, my color theme was yellow, and everyone had yellow saddles. And for the island, I think my color was blue, and everyone had these cool blue saddles. So I want to do red saddles on this one. I think that would be fun. So let's get some paint together. I think I have a cooking pot somewhere. For dyes, let's go to our red dyes. We have lots of different options, but I think I want to use this one called Gore. This is the bright red, but I think Gore is just a little bit slightly darker, which is pretty cool. This light red can look a little too bright, too almost pinky in the sunlight. So this one I think is just a little bit deeper. And you just need Tintoberry and water. And then always disable autocraft or you'll get a whole bunch of stuff you don't want. All right, so we're gonna light fire. Go into here and get some Gore dye. All right, so I'm just gonna make the main part red, and then I'm gonna leave the buckles as the colors as they are, just to provide some differences in there. Check out how cool that looks. Red saddle. That's so cool. All right, so this is going to be my 3 raptors in my pack. And of course, I have some backups over there which are lower levels. But I want to just keep with 3 just because it makes it a little bit more manageable to use. I want to name these guys just to make it a little bit more fun. And like I said in earlier episodes, I'm going with the Lord of the Rings theme. So I don't name all my dinos, but the ones that I use a lot, I will name. So these ones I'm going to name from Lord of the Rings. So this will be my main guy here. This is going to be Frodo. This one will be Legolas. And this one will be Aragorn. And if you guys have seen the video, if you guys have seen the movies, you'll know who those people are. So we got Frodo, Legolas, and Aragorn. And I know some of these guys are females, and I'm giving them male names or whatever. I can't keep all the female and male things straight. So we're just gonna to mix and match. Actually, all my raptors are female except for Aragorn here. Aragorn's the only male. All the rest of them are female. It's kind of weird how that worked out. I actually haven't used raptors in a little bit, and one of the fun things about this game for me is there's so many different dinosaurs that when you don't use one for a while, you kind of forget all the cool things about them. And so I love going on the wiki and reading up on how you use them and what are their special abilities, because I always forget. There's just too many dinosaurs in this game to remember them all the time. The thing with the raptors is you want to be able to stack their different abilities. I mean, raptors are good by themselves, but when you start stacking different abilities, that's when they really become powerful. So, like, because these guys are mate boosted, that gives them a bonus. If we bred these guys and gave them an imprint, that would give them a huge bonus. I haven't bred these guys yet. They also do a little yelp attack. That gives them a little extra bonus. And then because they're in a pack, they get a pack bonus up to 4 different raptors, which increases their attack as well. So look at how super powerful these guys are. Because I'm stacking all those bonuses on top of each other. Oh, and then also because I'm the alpha, I also get a bonus just because I'm the highest level. I get an extra bonus because of that. So let's just go around and kill these people. What level is this guy? Level 50? Yeah, already these guys are super powerful. So we should be able to get the hide that we need for this Anki saddle pretty quickly. Oh, something else I learned. You can pounce on these guys, and for small creatures, it will immobilize them. So like if I pounce on this guy, he's immobilized, he can't get away. Now, of course, the parents is gonna run at us, yikes! But we should be able to take out these parents pretty quickly. Oh my goodness, there's so many trikes here. Maybe this was a bad idea. Oh no, raptors. Oh my goodness, if we die here, that's gonna be a problem. Woo! Let's get this baby too. Wow, I'm just running around on my raptors, and we just ran into this guy. It's a Phiomia, level 145. So, yeah, let's get him. We're gonna need one of these guys for our kibble farm. And I like to just take advantage of opportunities as they present themselves in this game, because who knows? If we don't go after this guy right now, he might despawn or something, and we'll never get him again. So let me just put everybody on passive. Make sure they're on passive. Yeah. So they'll just sit there, and then let me take this guy out. And go up here. You know what? I don't know if I have enough arrows for this. My bow just broke. Cancel, we're gonna start over again. I need to go fix my bow. That was a gigantic fail. All right, found him again. Took me a little while. He walked way around the island. But we are back. We're gonna try and get this guy again. It's actually good that I had to reset and fix my bow and everything, because I actually didn't have all the stuff I needed anyway. I wouldn't have been able to get him out in the first place. So we needed more tranks, more mejo berries, all kinds of good stuff. So we are back though, and this is actually a good place to do this. So let me make sure these guys are on passive. They are. All right, let's go in and do this. And we got him out. Perfect. Let me just dump in my mejo berries. It should take over 200 mejo berries to get this guy, but I don't think it will take any narco berries. But we'll just watch him and make sure he's doing all right. While we're waiting for these guys to tame up, something I think I'd like to build is the cart. I think this will help us when we do our metal runs, and I have just enough stuff to make this. Let's go ahead and craft it. You can put this on like parasaurs, and even the Anki can use it as well. Let me also create a storage bin. So if we run over to our parasaur, Gandalf here, we're going to have to get a better parasaur at some point. But for right now, I believe we can just drag this over. Oh no, we put it in the cart slot. And look at that. He now has a cart. So this can help us cart some metal around, which will be great. I can even put that storage box on top of it. But let me actually see. Can I paint this? That would be kind of cool. I can paint it. Yeah, let's make that red. And let's also make the saddle red. Yeah, that's so cool. So I painted the saddle with red straps and a black piece on the saddle there. And then the cart, it's hard to see because it's nighttime, but it's got this bright red color. I love it. It's like a Ferrari, but it's a little cart. And I can put my storage box on top of here too. Just like this. Yeah, so I can hold metal in there as I pull it around. And I believe that this cart will actually make things weigh less as I pull it around. Something else I want to do while we're waiting is I'd like to build a little crafting area over here, just so I don't have to run back to my raft every time I want to craft something or use the smithy or anything like that. So I think it would just be a nice little extension to my base, and I think I'll just build it into the rock over here. Nothing too fancy, but let me get out some building materials. Yeah, so I like this. It's my new crafting area. Oh, and I'm just seeing now my two tames have tamed. You can see their icons are now green. So let's go over and check them out. That's awesome, just while we're building our little area here. Oh, these stats are pretty awful. But remember, it started out as a level 40, then it went up to a level 57. So it was never going to have the best stats, but this is just a starter, Anki. We'll get better Ankis in the future, don't worry. I'm going to increase melee damage. Every increase of melee damage is going to mean I can get more metal from the rocks. Let me whistle this guy to follow me. Yeah, so I can just whistle Gandalf here to just follow me around with the cart, and he'll just drag it around. Oh, this is so cool. So I can keep walking on my Anki, and just right up here, I think there's some metal. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of metal just up here. So let's just go for a little walk. We'll pick this stuff up. Yeah, he's a little bit slow, but that's okay. That's okay. That's why we have a whole train of dinos here who are helping us. Let's see how good this guy is. 16 metal, 27 metal. Yeah, so that's probably, I don't know, like twice as good as I want to say that's like twice as good as if I did this by hand. And it'll be even better when I have a higher level Anki. So already that's 120. His weight is half full with 120 metal. And let's see how our Phiomia is doing over here. Level 198. This is an epic Phiomia. Look at this guy. I'm glad that this guy is on my team. All right, this is all the metal we got from that first trip where I loaded up the Anki, I loaded up the wagon, so we could get 744 metal, which is pretty epic for one trip. And like I said, there's lots more metal out there we can get, but if we can have fewer overall trips by using the cart and all of the other stuff like that, it just makes it so much more efficient. So I'm going to load all of that metal into our forges and just get them started processing here. Metal is used in most crafting recipes, so it's good to always have your forges going just so you always have a good supply of metal. We're going to take a break from all that stuff. I got to say, this has been my most productive episode ever. We're getting tons of stuff done. But let's switch things up and let's start working on the Kibble farm. So I'm going to just grab my guy here, and we're going to work on the very first level of the Kibble farm, which means we need to get a lot of dodos, because we're going to use some dodo eggs. So we're going to take my guy Scout here. This is my kind of my secondary parasaur, so I don't care as much if he gets killed. We're going to go over to the main land over there, and we're going to start looking for some dodos for our kibble farm. So what I'm looking for is 9 female dodos. So back at the base, I have 1 female and 1 male dodo already. So that's a start. But I'd like to have like 10 different females breeding eggs at one time. So I'm going to be looking for, and level doesn't matter. Even lower levels are actually better because we can tame them faster. So, but just any females we come across, I want to get a total of 10, which means I need 9 more. So we're just going to walk up and down the beach looking for female dodos. This is a little ridiculous. So we have the 9 dodos. These are all females of different levels. It was a little bit harder than I expected, but yeah, I walked up and down the beach and we got all these guys. Now the difficult thing is I have to get them back to the raft alive. So there's lots of things that we'll try to eat these guys as we walk along, but I think the raft is right over there. Where's my map? Yeah, I think we're going to this area over here. Yeah. So I have to get the dodos from here down to over here. I think that's doable. The cool thing with parasaurs, my friend Scout here, is they have a scream that you can do. So if a small dinosaur comes and tries to eat these guys, like let's say a seagull or a Dilophosaurus, Scout can scream and it will scare them away, which is pretty cool. Hopefully that'll work. We'll see. All right, let's head over to the beach and see if we can make it with keeping everybody alive. Oh, there's a Dillo right here. Let me scream. He's coming for me. There he goes. He's scared. I think we're going to walk past him. Why isn't he running away? Okay. No, it didn't work, but I screamed. Oh, no. Okay, everybody passive. Shoot. Ah, got him. Thank goodness he's only a level 20. Oh my goodness, you poor dodos. Are you all right? All right, let's go. This is dangerous. I feel like that parasaur scream did not work like it was supposed to. And we made it. Oh my goodness, that was a little bit rough. The sun has set, the rain is falling, but I think we're here. Wait, let me just count and see if I have all the dodos here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. They all made it alive. That is so crazy. Now I got to figure out how to get them all on the raft. All right, they're all here on the raft, and my jerboa is sitting right on the edge next to the forge. I think I'm gonna have to leave you here, Scout. He'll be fine. And then we're going to just take these guys over to the new island we're gonna move to at the tower, and I'll just leave them there, and we'll start building the kibble farm around them. Hopefully no one drops off along the way, or a shark jumps up and eats someone, or I'm just hoping nothing bad happens. I just landed here on the island, and let me just call everybody. Hopefully, they just follow me off the raft. Yep, here they go. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm on my raft. I'm going around the island, and I'm thinking it's time to get my second drop of this series. I haven't spent very much time getting a whole lot of loot drops, but there's one on the edge of the island right here. I just want to go check it out. Hopefully I can get it in time. I can't even really tell what color it is. And honestly, I may not be a high enough level depending on the color. It's a purple drop. I don't know if I'm high enough level for that. Oh yeah, it's letting me. Nice, leech blood, perfect. And prime meat jerky, cooked prime fish meat, and some bullets. Nice. You use leech blood to make the lesser antidote, I believe. And it's kind of a pain to get leech blood, so I like getting it in drops like that. That's pretty good. It took a couple of trips, but I have everybody here with me on my new island here. We got our dodos over there. We got our 2 oviraptors. I got Scout. And where's the... Oh, yeah, the Phiomia is back there, the giant pig. So these are all the people I'm going to need to run my kibble farm here. It's a nice, beautiful morning here on the island. This is where the tower is. And we got some beautiful birds here as well. And this nice little flat area is where I think I'm going to build this. And maybe I might build it right under this tree. No, I think we'll leave it like this for now. All right, so we have 6 crop plots right there. Yeah, this is looking pretty nice. Going to kind of expand this. Now, of course, you're going to want to put these in greenhouses eventually, but I am not to that point yet. I need crystal and cementing paste and all kinds of stuff that I don't have. So this is just our starter garden here, and I think it looks pretty nice, actually. Copy settings to nearby dodos. There we go. Copied settings to 10 dodos. Yeah, so they're all mating now. Oh my goodness, they're all mating. This is crazy. All right, so they should all be producing eggs. That is one lucky guy. So the male is Bilbo Baggins in the center. That's our first dodo that we got, which is a male. So Bilbo Baggins is having a good time. Okay, so we have our oviraptor here. So this guy should automatically be picking up all those eggs. Let me move you a little bit closer. I want him in here. Actually, what I want to do is, if you leave them on wander, they'll actually produce eggs faster. So let me see. You already have some eggs in. Oh my good! You already have some eggs in here. Okay, so I just put in over 200 stone into him. So his weight should be all the way up, so he shouldn't be able to move around. So he's stuck here now, and now I'm going to enable wandering. Behavior, enable wandering. So since his enable wandering on, it should make these guys anxious, which makes them mate faster. Okay, so they're going to be ready to mate in another 4 hours or so. Wait, so did they lay eggs? Yeah, I think a bunch of them laid some more eggs. Oh, so once I did the enable wandering on him, you could see the little egg icon over all their heads. So they're all being affected by that. That is so cool. So come over here, little pig. Gonna feed him a bunch of these stimberries. And this should make him go to the bathroom. Yeah, we just got a whole bunch of poop from that guy. And we can turn that poop into fertilizer. Okay, so this says the structure will slowly convert thatch and poop into high quality compost. Oh, so we need some thatch in here too. And then this should slowly turn into fertilizer, which we can use for our crops. So I can actually till the soil here which will give a 30% growth bonus, which is pretty cool. We're just doing a little farming here today on Ark as the sun is setting. All right, let's go ahead and set up the preserving bin up here so it's away from the fertilizer. Put in some spark powder. And I think the eggs will last longer in here. So this is 31 hours in here. What is it in here? 31 hours to 79 hours, yeah. So let's move all the eggs over there. Okay, we're making progress, Yeah, I might just put it centrally located. Just like right there or something. Okay, we need to get water in here. We could build a water intake and then a water tap, and that could provide water for this area. See, this you have to put in the water, and this you have to put near enough to this so that they're connected. But I don't think we're that close to the water. I mean, the water's down there, but I think it might be too far away. Well, let's build one and see how far the range is. Because my understanding is the range just has to be connected. And then it's kind of like a wireless system. Oh, you know what? This isn't that far away. This might work. Okay, if we go just down to the water here. Okay, water intake. That looks like it's working. Now, how do I show the range? Let me show the range. This might work. I did a little bit of work, got some cementing paste, and I grinded out a water well. So I have one, and I think if I put it halfway between there and here, it might cover the distance. We're gonna see how that works. So let me grab the water well. Oh yeah. It does reach. It does reach. Wait, hold on. Show range. So is it overlapping? It's not even overlapping. What? Wait, so does this not need to reach? It says it's irrigated. So I don't know if it's just like close enough to the water tap, but they're not touching, which is very strange to me. But this is now running. So does that mean these are all irrigated? 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 They're all irrigated. All right. So we did it. All it took was one of these water wells. Let's turn off the range. We'll turn off the range of this guy down here. Also, it just started raining. So it would have irrigated the crops anyway. This is going to take a while to start producing fertilizer. So it hasn't created anything yet. It just takes a while. But I've been picking up poop from different animals. So I can just deposit it in here to at least get us started. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Oh shoot, this is bad. No! No, the Bronto's gonna kill all my dodos! I accidentally hit the Bronto! This is the worst thing that could have possibly happened. No! It's killing everything. Oh my gosh, I don't even have anything on me to deal with this. It's gonna kill everything. Oh, no! No! Everything's gonna be destroyed! Oh. Let's get out of here. There's gonna be nothing left. There's nothing I can do. I've got nothing. Let's just run. Unbelievable. I just got arked. I mean, maybe if I deload everything. Oviraptor's dead. Shoot! That was a mistake. Okay, everything's deloaded. Everything was destroyed. Everything was freaking destroyed. The Oviraptor was killed. All the building is destroyed. Cooking pot. Okay, it says I only lost one dodo. All right, I've relogged. I'm going to head back over there and see if it's calmed down. Okay, I'm not seeing any yellow numbers, so that's a good sign. All right, it looks like all my guys are here. Okay. All right, this is not horrible. I mean, it's really sad that the whole structure is gone. But we still have one Oviraptor. We only lost one dodo. The Phiomia is still here. Oh, and he didn't hurt anything over here. The stupid Bronto. I have no way to kill this yet. I don't even think my raptors could take this down yet. Yeah, well, the raptors maybe could. But I'm happy. It could have been a lot worse. So I've been running around just gathering some resources to rebuild all of my stuff on my island. And check out what I just found. This guy just spawned in. A 150 Anki. And it's on my herbivore island. So this is going to be such an easy tame to knock out and everything. Except here's the problem. Since I'm playing on official rates, a 150 Anki takes 3 hours to tame on Mejoberries. That's why I'm working so hard to build a kibble farm. Because I think this guy takes like level 3 kibble, so it's going to take a little bit of work to get that. But once I get that, like, he tames much faster. But like, I can't wait around to tame for 3 hours to tame this Anki. But if I can get this guy, he would be so awesome. I mean, that would. I mean, you could harvest more metal. You could carry more with higher weight. So that's definitely something we'll try and do in the future once I get this kibble farm up and running. Yeah, but 3 hours. I think it's like 200 Mejoberries and 300 Narcoberries or something crazy like that. So yeah, obviously if you can tame it with kibble, that's going to be better. All right, I'm just going to run around, deforest my island, and get get some wood, get some thatch, and rebuild all the platforms that got destroyed. I've now deforested the entire island, and I think I've rebuilt everything that I need to replicate what got destroyed. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at this raptor pack, and my raptors are actually very strong. I want to see if we can take down a Bronto with these raptors. I think we can. And if we can, I think we should get some revenge. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea? We're going to try it. Let me just hop on one of these raptors here. And we're going to go find... There's a Bronto right over there. Let's just go see if we can take them on. You guys following? Yeah, they're following. Now, this is a pretty low level. This is like a 20. I think I checked earlier. But if I use my call... and then go on in, can we kill this guy? Oh, come on. Oh, they're hitting us. Yeah, it's very... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, holy cow. Oh, there's a little Bronto there. Should I try to raise up a little baby Bronto? No, I don't think so. You're dying. I'm so over Brontos right now. Yeah, I got my raptor pack. We're going to head over there and we're going to get some revenge. As the fog is rolling in. This is perfect, because the Brontos moved kind of over to that side. So if we start attacking them, he's not going to be able to damage any of my stuff, unless he comes way back over here. But what level is he? Level 15, that's it? Oh, this is not even going to be an issue. All right, let's go in, boys. Ouch. Yeah, took him down. Bronto level 15 is gone. Now, he's probably going to respawn back in at some point, but hopefully, as I put stuff, buildings and stuff down, hopefully it'll decrease the spawns a little bit. Oh, and look at my plants. My plants are starting to grow. Isn't that great? Look at these guys. Now that's interesting. The plants all look exactly the same, even though these are different types of berries. They all look very similar. Oh, it's already producing. They're already producing berries. That is crazy. So these are the yellow berries. These are the red berries. And these are the purple mejoberries. Well, I got everything placed, and now I have a stego just like walking on top of everything. I gotta be careful not to hit him like I did the Bronto, because he would destroy everything too. But yeah, I got everything put back in. I got my dodos back in here. But I thought, since this is the second time around, let's do something a little bit special with this. We could use some of these skins, and I think something that might be cool is to use the steampunk skins that came from the Aberration map. So let's go ahead. Actually, I think there's... yeah, this one is the ramp. And then, are there variations on this? No. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. It looks like a really fancy kibble farm. And then, yeah, let's put these cool railings on here. Yeah, I like that. And I think we might even do that over here too, just to the base of this. Just to make it look kind of fancy. All right, we got the spark powder in here. We actually have a ton of eggs already. Look at this. 37 eggs. That's crazy. So we got a lot of eggs. We can make a lot of kibble. We could actually probably stop these guys from breeding for the moment. Let's do behavior, disable mating. Actually, we just need to disable mating on the male. Okay, now nobody should do any more mating, although the females, I think, occasionally just lay eggs anyway, just on their own. I don't know how exactly that works, but we don't need any more eggs right now. We got tons, but it'll be easy to make eggs in the future when we need them. You know what? I think we have everything we need to actually make some kibble. Should we make our first batch of kibble? I think we should try that. And then kibble, this is the kibble we should be able to make. 1 egg, 5 fiber, 5 mejoberries, 10 tinto berries, 10 amar berries, a bunch of cooked meats, water, everything. Okay, let's disable autocraft, light fire, and make one of these. And we did it! We got our first basic kibble spoil time in 2 days. So this will be a great way to keep food for tames. That'll last a really long time. And then if I put the kibble in the fridge over here, it then lasts for like 29 days. So that is why you want kibble around, because it'll last for a very, very long time. There aren't too many animals you can tame with the basic level. Usually you need the higher levels of kibble, but for the basic level, we can tame things like parasaurs, which I need a high level parasaur. I mean, my parasaur here, we've been using Scout, which is only level 74. But if we got parasaurs with I need a parasaur with much higher weight. I've already experienced that is kind of a problem for me. So yeah, now that we have better kibble, we can get better parasaurs, which is going to help us in all kinds of different stuff. So I think that's a huge success. So that's how the kibble farm works. And we can get more kibble, and then we'll expand this over future episodes and get different kinds of kibble and the higher levels of kibble. But this is the start of everything, and I think it is pretty cool. So let me know in the comments down below if you like this, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Ark episodes. Everybody remember, no matter what is going on in your life, to always do something fun every single day. Until next time, this is Zach signing off.